So Falana's team may be withdrawing from Mohbad's case, and the reason is not far-fetched. I'll explain. Falana's team wrote to the Lagos State government to institute, as they have always done, in any public interest cases, to figure the reason for on natural death, like a death that is suspected not to be from natural cause. Falana has been doing this for a very long time, for many families, so that was the reason for Falana's interest in Mohbad's case. That this death is of public interest, and the cause seems not to be as natural as people would accept it. So why not let the government step in? That was why Falana decided to step into the case. But going forward, during the last time in court at the Coroner's inquest, the team for Falana indicated interest to withdraw, and the reason given was that the inquest wasn't going any longer in the way it was expected to. The family members seem to be pursuing different interests, and Falana, the team for Falana, is not comfortable with that. So they indicated interest to pull out of the case, although the magistrate refused and said, no, you are the ones who said the government should bring up an inquest. You started it with us, and we must finish it together. But then, we are still waiting to see how that pans out. But at the end of the day, what is of interest to somebody like me observing from a distance includes one: why would anybody want to derail the purpose for an inquest? The inquest means we want to know the immediate cause of death. The immediate cause. Of course, there could be remote factors. Yes, somebody bullied him before, or the father-in-law did not like the wife, or the wife also has issues with the father-in-law, or the deceased mother also had some other things to say. All of those things contribute to how we know or establish the cause of death. That is the issue we presently have. Now, I don't know anybody, if you know the meaning of an inquest. Inquest means we want to establish the immediate cause, while we know there may be other remote factors or issues among the parties. Now, I don't know how many people remember Dana air crash of June 3rd, 2012. Yes, we attended the inquest. That was the first time I knew the purpose for the black box in an aircraft. 2012, June 3rd. Because I attended the inquest. There were so many lawyers. There were lawyers for the Dana airline, lawyers for the family, lawyers for interested parties, stakeholders. There was the AIB, Accident Investigation Bureau. There were so many people. It was the first time I knew the meaning of the purpose for which there is a black box in the aircraft. The black box is expected to be fireproof, that even if fire consumes everything else, including the flaps, the wing, the engine, the whatever, the body, the cover, the cabin, the black box is expected to be fireproof because it contains a cockpit voice recorder that will help us to hear the last few words that were said on the craft, such as what the pilot said last. We are about to crash, everybody please brace up, if you can use the exit window, this and that, what the co-pilot said, what the cabin said, everybody on that craft, whatever everybody said. We're about to die, we're about to crash, somebody's praying, somebody's looking for, no, let me touch, let me tweak this, let me do this, and it had two engines, but the two packed up. Why? So even though they were lawyers for the family members too, who had family members who died in the craft, in the crash, But the purpose for that inquest was we just want to know the immediate cause for that. There may be remote other issues. So back to Mohbad's case. No, before that, some of you also remember the synagogue matter, where a building collapsed in the premise of the synagogue church of TB Joshua then. Family members, some people had issues. They wanted to prosecute the prophet. But then, an inquest was set up. The purpose of the inquest will not entertain whether you have issue with the prophet or other. Okay? The purpose of an inquest is we want to establish the immediate cause. Waiting that day where that thing happen, waiting cause Sam. Anybody with vital information that can help will bring it. We will use it to establish and determine and establish cause of death. We want to determine and establish that cause on that day when it happened. At the last day during that inquest in that court, it was Spending that was giving testimony. Spending then broke down in tears while he was explaining that Mohbad was also high. You know, somebody can be high from whatever he ingested or took. Maybe, you know, he was explaining the things that he knew and he broke down in tears. So they adjourned again till I think April 28th or so. Towards the end of this month, already we're in April now. So what I'm simply trying to say is, if the families have issues among or bickerings, quarrels that they want to pick, they may just, everybody may just keep whatever they have in them, in their own selves first, so that they don't distract the inquest. Let's establish the immediate cause of death. They are unnecessarily prolonging this inquest because everybody having something else to say, something else is causing the coroner, the presiding coroner, to keep adjourning to accommodate as many as possible. You are bringing in unnecessary things. DNA interest is familiar, is between the family. Okay, if you determine who gave birth to Mohbad is not even Mohbad. Now, if who gave birth to Mohbad is not Mohbad's father, or you determine who gave birth to Mohbad's son, Liam, is not Mohbad, how would that help to determine on that day what killed Mohbad? How? That is where we have problem. Keep all of those things. You can do prosecutions among yourselves after. But for the sake of this inquest, the scope of reference, the focus, the interest of this inquest is to determine and establish cause of death as of the material time that it happened. Oton. But you guys are distracting it. Today, this one say this one. Tomorrow, that one say that one. This one did. Stop it now. The family is expected to be united. We just want to find the cause of death for this young man. That's all. What is the cause of unnatural death? The unnatural death of this young man. We just want to know. That's all. But I also understand where Mohbad's father, or maybe I should now call him purported father, I want to understand where it's coming from. You know why? It is the African patriarchal system where if a man dies young, the wife is among the suspects. In fact, is the prime suspect. Because when I was executive media director for Dr. Joe Odumake at the Women Arise for Change initiative, there were so many reports I saw, including the ones I wrote recommendations about. I have seen situations where widows, in fact, they will wash the body of the dead man, and ask the woman to drink the water they used to wash the dead body for her to prove her innocence. Do you understand what I'm saying? They will wash the body of the corpse and ask the woman to drink it. In some cases, they will seclude her for 7 days and be monitoring her. They won't allow her go anywhere. What if the body has some virus or disease and you give to somebody? If her immune system is not strong enough, would this still prove her innocence? If she breaks down with some infections from drinking body water, from the body of a deceased, or even if she is culpable, she is guilty, but her immune system is strong enough, would it still prove her innocence? So we have to be scientific, we have to be logical. That's why when I tell you I'm not Christian or Muslim or anybody, I'm logical, scientific, at the same time African to an extent. It's because the world should be eclectic enough to accommodate everything and exclude nothing. I understand Mohbad's father is trying to be patriarchal in the African system way, where they want to take the property of the deceased and determine for the wife which one she should take or which one she should not take. The family wants to control the wealth of the deceased. In fact, in some cases, they will even tell you, oh, we still have a young boy in the family. The deceased has a younger brother. Some of you understand. One should look like, okay, yeah, come and marry the next brother to the deceased. What if the widow doesn't like the brother of the deceased? How about that? And these are issues. These are issues that put the woman in difficult positions. And if you bring it forward, when we are yet to identify the immediate cause of death for Mohbad, it will jeopardize the purpose of the inquest. Don't bring it forward. It's like putting the cart before the horse. The horse should be moving and be drawing the cart. Whatever your interests are about Mohbad at this point, you can hold it. Even if you know anything. I expected that a man as old as that, tó ṣe dàgbà yẹn, àwọn kankan wà tó máa fi sínú àgbà máa ń gbà nǹkan síkùn. You put them inside first and allow processes take their place. By the way, if DNA is what will prove Wunmi's innocence to satisfy all concerned parties, I don't see why she should also be running away from it. I don't. So the family should just get their ass together. Can you end up BAD somehow? So those of you understand, it's looking like some kind of spell on the family that there should be no headways. That's what it's looking like. Is there some kind of spell by anybody from anywhere? I see no reason the family should not get their ass together. I mean, Mohbad is dead. We want to know the immediate cause. If there are other remote causes or suspicions among family members for whatever reasons or things, they could come secondarily. Yeah, we want to achieve this purpose first, even though I have something in mind bothering me about this person or that person. You can come later. I'm sorry to use that. But it's looking like we have to say what we have to say. We've kept quiet for this long. Some of us are distant observers. We are watching. We are not talking. We are watching. But we know what's going on. We know, but we are not talking. They feel continue now. Baba Mohbad, Joe. If you want justice for your son and at the same time achieve what you want to achieve, you can. But you have to be elderly in the approach. You have to be elderly. Be elderly. Gbogbo nǹkan kan làgbà máa ń sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà. Ẹ má ṣòro bí èwe. Even if that boy is Mohbad's true son, biological son, if that boy grows up to hear all these things you are doing, will he be happy? And even if he is not Mohbad's biological or true son, the way you have treated Wunmi, the way you have is the reason they are also saying, how about we first test whether you are even the biological father of Mohbad before you come to me to test whether Mohbad gave birth to that boy. Do you understand it? She's a woman. Her emotions, her feelings are weaker than yours. So you have to understand it. And she's even younger than you. Abba. Hold on now. If you have suspicions, if you have anything, you hold on. You keep it. Where is your stomach? Where is your stomach? The stomach is not only to contain intestine and food or beer. The stomach is there to contain some things that you know, but you are not ready to prove. Let us first establish the immediate cause of death now. Let the public satisfy themselves as to that. Before you start feeding the public with other things that will not help in the immediate. Unnecessary. Keep it. If you don't keep it, you won't even be able to derive other information you need. You help. It's not helping. Please, I want to plead. Baba Mohbad, please, Ejo Tori Olohun. You know what you know. I'm not doubting you. Neither am I doubting Wunmi. That boy could be Mohbad's true son, biological son. But Wunmi could be reacting like that because of the way you are handling the matter. Let Jetori Elo ṣe react bẹ́ẹ̀. Pé Baba Komi ló ṣe báyìí sí mi, is my father-in-law that is treating me like this. Simply because you want to take charge of the boy's properties, of which you can handle it in a better way. You want to be the one to determine, you were married to his son. You want to take control and make sure that, even the boy is dead, he still has a younger brother. That is sure local, we can betroth you, you can still marry by African traditional system. You can still marry you to the younger brother. And you can still control the properties to still be within the family. If he handles it better, Wunmi may fall in line. But the manner with which the man is doing it seems like that's why Wunmi is also throwing tantrums. So let's get it. Be mature. Let's stop here. If you know Mohbad's dad, tell him I said this. Need it. Even Falana, who started on the pedestal that they were looking for cause of death, is tired. Even Falana is tired. I can tell you authoritatively, Falana is tired. That's not what he wants. He wants the government to establish the cause of the unnatural death of this young man. That's all. Let's get that first. You cannot sue if you have other suspicions after. The coroner also has a time frame for which they are supposed to deliver outcome. But you are distracting the coroner with all these things. You are distracting. That's why you are getting adjournment. Somebody has something new to say. Another person has something to accuse another. Another person that is not contributing to the immediate cause of death on the day the tragic incident happened. Is not contributing to that day. What happened? Gong. No, he's not contributing. If you have something, everybody should put them together in the affidavit, present it, come and testify on the day and go. So that we just want to know what caused the death. Simple. The immediate cause of death. And then we can come back to remote factors later. Is she normal now? Need I say more?